Welcome back to the second half of this week's Coach's Corner. We're here with head coach Anthony Latina. Coach, thanks for spending some time with us.
My pleasure to be here.
Coach, it's crazy. The 2018-2019 season's already underway for you guys. Got one in the books already. Guys have a young team this year and getting their first action last night. What were some of the positives that you saw from the game last night?
Well, the positives were we kind of got punched in the mouth early in the game. I thought we responded, we fought back, we showed some grit and some toughness and some leadership. The other thing is some of our new guys showed that they can make some plays. The game did not start how we wanted to. Holy Cross is a veteran team. They have everybody back from last year. They have like 90% of their scoring back. And they play a unique style. So we knew it wasn't a great matchup in terms of our young players and their style of play, and they're very deliberate in how they play. So they kind of surprised us. Not surprised us, but it's very hard to mimic what they do because it's so unique and they do it differently. But we responded. We showed some fight in the second half. We got back into the game. We scored a lot of points, which is something that's always a concern when you have a young team. But we got to play a little bit more discipline. We got to defend a little bit better. But certainly the positives outweighed the negatives. And we come back home next Monday and hopefully get on the winning track.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're looking forward to seeing you guys here at home. But we touched on the fact that you guys have some young faces this year, relatively all new starting lineup except for Sean Hohen. What do you expect from the young guys this year, and how does the leadership from Sean Hohen help those young guys as the season moves forward?
That's a great question. Sean is going to be a big key because he's been through it. He's basically a 4-year starter, and so his leadership is just going to be paramount for us if we're going to have the type of year we're going to have. Now, the good thing about these young guys, these new guys, is there is a decent talent level there, so they can make some plays. But we just have to do it a little more consistently, be a little more disciplined, and I think Sean can show these guys what it takes day in and day out to be successful. Because if you play well every other game or every third game, you're 1-2 every 3 games. Well, that's not a recipe for a good year. So I think the consistency aspect of it is what kind of Sean is showing these young guys. But very encouraged by not only our freshmen, but a guy like EJ Anasicki, who's a sophomore, who did some good things, and Jarrell Spellman, who's a junior, but he's really a young junior. He sat out, didn't play last year, played basketball, started playing basketball later in life, and he was encouraging as well. So I think we have pieces from a talent perspective, from a character perspective. Now we just have to go out and perform more consistency, which takes some time, and we're going to have to be patient with each other as well, because we're not going to probably have instant success. But I think if we do that and keep improving, I think by the time we get to mid-January, late February, I think we can definitely be a team that can be in contention in the Northeast Conference.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys it looks like you got a great team this year, just even from the first game. And like you mentioned, home opener coming up on Monday, Western New England at the Pitt Center. What should we as fans expect to see when we come out to support you guys?
Well, one of the things that we're trying to get back to, which we did in our first 3 or 4 years, was we want to play fast. I mean, we scored 83 or 81 points last night on the road against a team that really slows the game down. Now, we gave up too many points, but we scored some points. So we want to get back to playing fast again. One is because we think it's a fun style to play and fun style to watch, but also I think it plays to the strengths of our players. So hopefully you'll see a team that plays fast, plays very hard, a team that rebounds on both ends, and a team that's going to make some individual plays. As we get going, we want to play a little more together and share the ball a little bit more. But again, last night, Tuesday night, one of the things that we showed was that we have some guys that can make some individual plays, which is important, late in shot clock, late in games. But throughout the game, I think we have to play a little bit more together and have some more assisted plays and less individual plays. But like I said, the positive is late in games, when people defend all your things and they know what you're doing, you need guys that can kind of make a play on their own. And I think we showed last night we can do that. So that was encouraging. But there's good things to build on. We're playing an opponent that we're probably going to be favored in, so we have to take advantage of that. And hopefully we have a great crowd and play well in front of our home fans.
Well, Coach, that's all the time we have. Thanks for coming down and talking about the 2018-2019 season with us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
The men's team hosts Western New England November 12th for a 7:30 p.m. tip, so make sure to get down to the Pitt Center and show some support. Stay tuned because after the commercial break, Anthony and Ryan have a few more Sacred Heart sports to get you caught up on.